guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So we're here for another one of our mass making sessions. We are up to week number 224, would you believe? So for those people who don't watch my channel, we are doing reruns. So we're rerunning week number 24. We did first lot of reruns, week number 124, and this week we're doing 224. So what are we making today? Right, let me check on my iPad. We are making staggered booklet pockets for your junk journals. So staggered booklet pockets for your junk journals. And if you would like to craft along and mass make a bunch of these, what will you need? So you will need some paper. Now, I say this every week. I've got digitals because that's what I predominantly have these days. You do not have to use digitals. You can use anything you like. You could use sheet music, Bookpage, you could use plain papers, anything at all. You could use scrapbook paper. The only caveat that I would say is I would probably avoid using anything too thick. So my papers that I've got today, they are 120 GSM in thickness. The reason why you don't want to have them too thick is because you're going to have like overlaps, you know, to form the pockets, and because it's making a little booklet, you know, you could end up with parts where it's a little bit too thick. Obviously play around and just, you know, see what suits you best. And my caveat with kind of using Bookpage or sheet music is if you use that, you're going to have to stick some, you know, paper over the inside so that you've got journalable spaces. And you'll see what I mean when we get making these. The other thing that I would suggest is that you use single-sided papers for this. I know, you know, quite often we are using, you know, double-sided because you're going to see the insides. You're going to be having journalable space on the insides. So, you know, you may want to use kind of plain on one side. So patterned on one side, plain on one side. And the other thing that I would kind of say about that is, oh gosh, what was the other thing I was going to say about that? Oh, I can't remember now. Ignore me. It's gone completely. Right, so that's your paper. You may like to have a glue spreader. I just use like an old gift card or anything else, any other kind of card. You may want to have a wipe to just smoosh out extra, you know, excess glue. You're going to want some glue. I'm just using 3-in-1 just because that's what I've got at the moment. But you can use any glue that you like. And I'm going to be using a stapler. Now, again, you can stitch these on the sewing machine. I mean, to be honest, they probably are nicer stitched if I'm truthful. That being said, there's nothing to take away from the stapled versions. And the reason why we're using the stapled version is because obviously I like to try and make these mass making sessions as accessible for the masses as possible. So obviously not everybody's got a sewing machine. So stapler is absolutely fine. And you're going to need either scissors or a paper trimmer, depending on how you like to, you know, cut your papers. I think that's kind of pretty much it. After that, or above and, you know, above kind of, or beyond, or whatever that expression is, you may want to have a corner rounder and things. That's optional. If you like to, you know, round corners and things like that, you may want to have a corner rounder. You might want to have some ink so that you can kind of ink around your edges and things. Again, optional if you want to have that. And then you may want to have something to tie your pockets up with. And again, this is optional. I've got some string here. You could use sari silk. You could use, you know, anything that you like. You could use a paperclip to use as your closure. Anything that, you know, you fancy using. And again, you'll see once we get making them, you know, how they kind of operate, and then you can decide best what's going to suit you. So let me move these pieces out of the way and we will mass make, you know, or we will make one first just as a sort of demo one, and then we'll get mass making these, you know, after a couple of kind of prototypes just to show you how they work. And I will try and remember to tell you which papers that I'm using as I'm using them. Okay, so let's kind of do one to show you a sort of demo one, if you like. So I'm just going to take this paper. This is from my Yellow Roses collection papers. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to fold it lengthways. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because we're going to have the kind of staggering appearance of the pockets. So depending on how tall that you want your pocket will depend whether you can fold it this way, or you may want to fold it this way and then trim it down here, so about like a third of the paper. I'm going to try it with this one, and then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut the paper into approximate thirds. Now again, not being too, you know, precise here, I'm just kind of, yeah, winging it basically. So like that. Oops, not made a good job of this one at all. So this is where obviously, you know, normal people would obviously use a paper trimmer and get much straighter edges than I've got. But anyway, we're not going to get too worried about that. Okay, so that's your 3 pieces of paper. And then all we want to do is we're making a little booklet. Oops, like this. So, and again, you know, if you're using patterned paper, you may want to kind of alter your papers around so you know you've got the papers that you like the best kind of showing and things like that. So let's just chop our paper around to, oops, there we go. So yeah, that looks pretty, doesn't it? Okay, and then, oops, I've done it the wrong way around now. Yeah, done it the wrong way around already. That's not boding well. Well, that looks equally as pretty. All we're going to do is actually glue this paper onto the back, and this is forming your pockets. Okay, so like this, take your glue and just do, oops, a run of glue there. Oh my goodness, can't actually see, the light's on there and I can't see now where my glue is going, but hopefully that's glued that down. And then this one as well, so you've formed 2 pockets here. Okay, like that. Oops. Just got a little bit of glue seeping out there. Okay, and fold your piece in, make sure it's where it should be. Okay, I'm going to trim this down slightly across here. And then you might want to trim your edge down because obviously you've got those overlapping papers. So you might have like a little bit of a overhang on the edges. Actually, for some reason, this has just gone, you know, not too badly. So to be honest, it probably doesn't even really need a trim. But you could trim it down there. And then again, that's optional stage. You could round your corners. Like, oops, like that. My corner rounder is probably a bit full at the moment, but there we go, like that. And then open your piece back up, and then you can staple your spine. Obviously your piece is held in now because you've glued it down, so you can just staple it. I'm holding it up to the light a bit so as I can see roughly where my papers are, because you want it probably stapled, you know, on the vulnerable points, which of course would be where your papers are overlapping. So that one, and then that one. I'm doing 3 staples. Oh gosh, what's happening with my stapler? I'm so sorry, this is not a good start for the first one, is it? Right, like that. Okay. And so what you've got is this gorgeous little booklet with staggered pages. So page there, page there, page there. Obviously, this is all journaling space. This is also journaling space, and also is pockets. So you've got 1, 2, and then when you glue it down, glue it on 3 sides, 3, you'd have a side loading pocket there. So they're super nice, aren't they? And then what you could do is just pop some string around them. You'd have to pop it round kind of at the top so as it goes round, you know, the top layer, because that's going to hold them all closed, if you see what I mean. If you put it, obviously, if you put the string around the middle, you might not actually capture the top one. But like that, and that's your little closure. So they're very cute pockets, aren't they? So they're a little bit fiddly. I have to say they're not too bad. They probably look worse than they actually are, but they provide quite a bit of, you know, journaling space and are a really nice kind of addition. So I'm going to run you through another one just because obviously, you know, it might have been a bit dragged out in my demonstration there. So I've got here some paper from my Rich Damask, and this is the set 2 collections papers. So again, fold this in. I'm folding it in lengthways. Cut it into approximate thirds. And, you know, when I say approximate thirds, I really do mean that. You know, you can obviously do these exactly as you wish. So, like that. Okie dokie. Right, must remember this time to do it properly. So your layers are going over one another. Like that. Okay, so putting them over one another, and that gives you then, oops, your pockets inside. So I've not made a brilliant job of my layering again, but never mind, you know, my cutting again, sorry. So again, open your paper out and then open this, okay, and then just glue down your first pocket. And you can move these around so your pockets would be, you know, as big or as shallow as you like, you know, depending on the sizes that you've cut your paper. It's going to vary the sizes of your pockets. So they're quite nice from that point of view because you can obviously, you know, vary them slightly. So again, just glue this one down. Like that. Okay. Now, if I was stitching these on the sewing machine, then what I would probably do is either stitch them kind of one at a time, you know, so the first layer and then the second layer, or what I would probably do for a little bit of an easier way to do it is I would just stitch around the entire edge of there. And then I would go in afterwards with the glue and just stick down on the very underneaths of the pockets, if that makes sense. And then obviously, instead of the staples here, I would just stitch straight down the spine here. So, you know, very simple to do on the sewing machine, but equally simple to do with the, you know, with the stapling method. So, oops. Oh my goodness, what is going on with my stapler? This is very, very irritating. I'm so sorry about this. Okay. Don't know why the staplers do that sometimes, but they kind of go weird, don't they, where they're not wanting to. And it's doing it again. This is really annoying. I'm so sorry. It's because my staples kind of keep on like curling up. I don't know what that's about. That's probably user error, I suspect. I've probably done something when I've loaded my staples, but I actually filled it up before the video because I thought, oh, try and be really organised. Now, of course, it's not really working. There we go. So how pretty does that look? Absolutely lovely. And I mean, yeah, at the top, you can see I've not really folded it very straight, so you can just obviously trim it down there. To be honest, can probably even tweak my folding and that sort of evens that out. This one probably not all that straight on the side, but again, it doesn't, you know, doesn't worry me. You could do your closure this way round, so just like an alternative, oops, an alternative closure, you could tie your string lengthways instead of widthways, and that would just be sort of an alternative look really, or an alternate look. So like that. And again, I would just glue the string straight down on the back. So perhaps I'll do that just to demonstrate. I'm going to just use my hot glue because it's nice and instant. And obviously I'm doing a video, I want it just stuck down and not be here, you know, checking that it's glued. We want to make sure that it's actually glued straight down. So like that. And just tie that round. Okay. So they're very cute, aren't they? Really, really nice pockets. So we're just going to get mass making some. Oh, just before we do that, I'm just going to show you how to do them if you were cutting your paper down widthways. So I've got this that I had actually cut down before the video when I was just refreshing my memory how to do these. So just to demonstrate, I've taken, you know, a sheet of paper and I've folded it in approximately like, you know, a third, and I've cut it down here. That's what this sheet here is, okay? And then in order to give me like a third page, I mean, I could cut it into thirds here, but they're going to be quite small pockets. The other alternative would be cut it into, you know, approximately half or how big that I want it. And then the offcut here, I know it's sideways on, but I don't think that really matters. Take that and fold that in. And that gives me then another, you know, another sheet. So, oh, I've done this. I've done this again the other way around. There we go. So that just gives me my third, you know, third page. And then what I would do is obviously, oops, glue this down again. Like that. Oops. Oh, this is a very big one. So I've got a nice big pocket at the top. So, you know, if you've got paper that is maybe directional or something, or maybe directional in some place or some parts of the paper, you can just do them, you know, doing the paper sideways on. You don't have to do it lengthways. And if, for example, you know, it's not going to work by turning a sheet round as we have done here, you could always mix this in with maybe a plain sheet of paper. So again, we might do some like that just to sort of demonstrate it. And then what you might want to do, I mean, as it happens, and weirdly, this actually probably looks better than the other two, you know, from a from the lining up point of view. But if, for example, they didn't, so if, you know, your sheet that you had cut, which was actually this one, if, say, this was shorter, like, you know, say there, because where you'd put your, folded your page over, then, of course, you can just trim down on the edge to get it, you know, the size you want it. So let's just, you know, pretend here, and we'll just trim that down, straight down the side. And then that's, oops, tidied that up like that. So, you know, very easily, you can obviously mix your paper up like that. And like I said, just check that my pockets are still glued. Like I said, the other thing that you could do, if then you couldn't turn a piece of paper around because it's directional pattern and it's not going to work, you could take a sheet of, for example, plain, and you could just mix that in. So I'm just going to take this here like that. You could just mix it in with your two pattern sheets. And that will also give you a really lovely different look for the pocket because it's going to mix up your papers. So completely up to you, but that's an alternative kind of way to do it. So we are going to get mass making these, and by mass making, for those people who don't watch, what I mean is in an assembly line kind of style. So basically, I'm going to take my papers and I'm going to fold them first, then I'm going to cut them, and then, you know, layer them up and kind of mix the papers in how, you know, how I fancy, and then glue the pockets down, and then probably do all the stapling all in one go. So yeah, you know, really love it if you would join me with the mass making, and yeah, we'll just have a lovely kind of 45 minutes or so, and a lovely relax and a catch up, and yeah, hopefully just a really productive kind of hour. So I will try and remember to tell you the papers that I'm using as I use them as well. So this is my new oh gosh, what's the hydrangea papers? I can never remember the word. So I'm going to do all my folding first, remember, and then we're going to cut them down. So I'm just going to take this here. I've got my plain sheet here, so I'm going to put them to the side as I fold them. This is also the hydrangea papers, so I'm going to just, yeah, take this one as well, like that. Okay, So yeah, I hope everybody's week has started out well. I hope that you have had a good, good first day. This is my light damask collection in my second edition of the damask papers in my collection papers. I am actually filming this on the Sunday. So I normally film this on the Monday for you guys to go out on the Tuesday. I'm having to film it on the Sunday because we are doing our big cleanup operation to be renting our house out for the Goodwood Festival of Speed. This is the Rich Damask again, the second edition of that. So yes, we are about to do the cleanup, and oh my goodness. I said to my son, so it's my son, my daughter and me, we are doing the cleanup. And yeah, I said to my son, oh, I've just got to do, a video before we get started. This is also the Hydrangea collection papers. So I said, oh, I need to do a video before we get started. Oh, I'm not looking forward to it. I know I say it every year, but oh, it's no fun, I have to say. No fun at all. This is my English Country Garden papers. So yeah. And this is my Paris collection papers. So just checking. Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to have to do the big clean. So honestly, it's such a nightmare. I mean, yep, it's a lot of work. I mean, obviously the whole house we need to clean from top to bottom. The saving grace is, of course, I don't rent out my craft room. I mean, the whole house is rented out, but I shut the door on my craft room and, I mean, hopefully nobody enters. Obviously, I don't lock it or anything. There's not a lock on the door. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure they would just be horrified if they did open the door. So this is, again, my Paris collection papers. Yeah, I'm sure they would just be horrified if they did open the door and think, oh, my goodness, what is going on in that room? What a mess. But yeah, the rest of the house obviously all needs cleaning. And I know I've said this loads of times, but honestly, I mean, when I say cleaning, this is the French blue collection, French blue papers, sorry. Yeah, when I say cleaning, I'm talking like proper cleaning. So not like my usual kind of, oh, chuck the hoover around and that would do. I mean, proper cleaning. So, cleaning like the oven and, like all the things that generally, I don't know about you guys, I wouldn't really tend to do. It would be very rare occasion for me to clean the oven. So yeah, all of those kinds of things. And, oh, it's just a nightmare. Obviously, I kind of rewash all of my towels and everything. I'll tumble dry them so they're kind of fluffier. This is my Yellow Roses collection papers. Yeah, I will kind of obviously... This is my lace collection, and I can't remember, I'm afraid, whether this is from the pale pinks and purples or whether it's from the pale greens. I think it's probably from the pinks and purples. But yeah, the lace collection. Yeah, so obviously we kind of clean it like you wouldn't believe. So yeah, even like I said, washing all the towels, again, and tumble drying them all and things so they're nice and fluffy. And like I wouldn't obviously bother doing that for us. We would just have them as they come out of the washing machine and all of that type of thing. So yeah, it's a lot of work, but yes, we've got that to look forward to today. And then obviously, everyone will be back at work and school tomorrow. So I will finish off cleaning everywhere tomorrow. So, today will be a case of like strip all the beds and wash the bedding and things like that. We're all just going to sleep in my bedroom tonight. So, yeah, my son is going to be sleeping on the floor in my bedroom. And then my daughter is going to, sleep obviously in the bed with me. This is from my Junk Journal Basics set 2 papers, and also so is this one. So yeah, so anyway, that's kind of what we're going to be doing in a moment. So not looking forward to it already. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is just horrible. It's looming thick and fast. So yes, making the most of quickly doing my video. And of course, I should then have to quickly pack my bags up ready to move out. So yeah, we're going to be out from tomorrow night, so Monday night. So hence, obviously, I'll finish off the cleaning tomorrow, because obviously everyone will still be using the house, you know, tomorrow morning, getting ready for school. They'll be using the kitchen, using, you know, the bathroom and things like that. So yeah, I will have to kind of like finish it off tomorrow during the day. So I won't have time to do my mask making video tomorrow, hence I'm doing it now. And yeah, then we're moving out tomorrow. Well, after my daughter finishes school, that's when we're moving. Obviously, as well, we have to pack up all of our personal belongings. So, you know, put all of our clothes and things like that into the garage. This is from the Pale collection, Pale Damask collection, 2nd edition. So that's all the papers, and yeah, that's probably all I will have time for. And to be honest, I probably won't even have time for doing these. So I'm going to do the cutting now. So I'm going to cut down these like this. So yeah, that's kind of what we're going to be doing. But yes, obviously that's a very big cleaning operation. And then, yep, got to pack up all of our stuff to move out. And yeah, I mean, I'll pack up a craft bag to take with me. But of course, I won't be able to film for a week and things like that. So it's, yeah, a shame that obviously I won't be able to film or anything for a whole week. But that's okay. So yeah. So my daughter, and I know I've talked about this before, but she's really into like skincare and makeup and all this. So she thinks, you know, she'd like to be a makeup artist. And so she's got tons of like cream and various, you know, stuff in her room. And to be fair, you know, she's pretty messy, but she does keep her skincare and her makeup and all that really ordered and organised on all these little, you know, stands and things like that. I mean, for her birthday this year, that was what she asked for her birthday, were like some rotating stands and things for her makeup and stuff. So, you know, I'm not going to use this one because obviously directionally they wouldn't be brilliant, although actually that way is okay, so perhaps I will. Yeah, so I said to her, you know, oh, don't forget, you know, obviously we're going to be cleaning up tomorrow. This was yesterday. What? Cleaning up? Mum, what's going to happen with all my skincare and things? I said, well, you're going to have to obviously clean it, you know, pack it up and to put it away. No, I can't be doing that. I said, you've got no choice. I said, you know, we have to do this. She was kind of like horrified. Oh, that's going to be so much work. I said, yes, it is going to be so much work. It's going to be so much work for all of us. You're not going to suddenly have more work than everyone else. It's going to be a lot of work for all of us. So yeah, that's kind of her little operation. And I'm filming this kind of first thing in the morning, so that hopefully, you know, we can all get cleaning in a minute. But I've just heard her. She's obviously got up now. I've just heard her going to the loo. So yeah, she will be hopefully beginning to pack up her skincare and her makeup and things in a minute. But we have to move all of our food, or a lot of our food, out the freezer and things, you know, so the freezer's kind of empty. So yeah, luckily I've got another freezer in the garage, so I will be putting some of our food away and things like that. So yeah, it's quite a you know, major operation. But yeah, anyway, that's what we are doing today and tomorrow. So what have we been up to? Well, yesterday we had a really lovely day. So it was a birthday weekend, and yep, we went to Brighton, a place called Brighton. So that's probably, I don't know really how many miles that is from us. Yeah, I'm not actually too sure. Maybe 30, maybe 40, I'm not sure. Takes about sort of 45 minutes to an hour to get there, depending on traffic. Sometimes it can be much longer than that. So anyway, we went there, and we had such a nice time. Now I have to say, the weather's been absolutely shocking this week. It's been like the worst I've known it for weeks. It's freezing. I've got a polo neck on, and so long sleeve polo neck jumper, and my, you know, winter cardigan and my jeans today. It's so cold, and yeah, it's really disappointing. So that's how the weather was over the weekend, really. well, I mean, it's still the weekend now, but, you know, yesterday. Although, actually, to be fair, it was bright and sunny quite a bit of the day. So, yeah, I mean, it wasn't as bad as I'm making it sound. But, I mean, when we first got up, it was really raining and really not good at all. It did kind of cheer up and brighten up. I mean, actually, the sun was shining for quite a lot of the day. But it was so cold and it was so windy. So, yeah, we had planned that we were going to go and do like a lovely walk along this bit called Seven Sisters, which if you Google that, it's this absolutely spectacular walk. And I'm sure that I've talked about it before. But, yeah, I mean, if you live in the UK and you haven't ever done that walk or seen that site, oh, my goodness, it's breathtakingly stunning. So we had said, oh, let's go and do that walk, you know, and then my son said they would take us out to this lovely restaurant in Brighton, and, you know, they were going to, you know, take us all for dinner. So, yeah, they were going to do, or, you know, they said that. And then obviously as the week was going by, and I kept looking at the weather forecast, and I just said, I don't think we can do that walk. It's going to be absolutely shockingly bad weather. So, you know, it's right on kind of the seafront, and it would not be a pleasant walk at all on a day that's very windy. I mean, actually, as it happened yesterday, like I say, was dry, but it was freezing and it was super windy. So that walk would have been horrible on a day like yesterday. You know, we're like fair weather walkers. We don't really kind of do walking when it's, you know, terrible weather conditions or anything like that. I mean, to be honest, we hardly walk anywhere anymore. We used to walk a lot, but yeah, we don't really walk anywhere anymore. So, you know, we would find that walk quite hard work anyway, let alone in the, you know, battling the elements like the wind. So, yes, we decided not to do that. And the alternative was going to be that if it was really, really hot, we were going to go to the beach. Well, of course, you know, it definitely wasn't beach weather. So I said to my son, oh, you know, what should we do then? So he said, oh, why don't we see if there's anything at the cinema over in Brighton? So we went to the cinema, and I mean, it seemed a bit of a, you know, bit of a waste, but, you know, we had a lovely time, and their cinema has got a lot more films than our cinema that we have, you know, where we live. So, you know, because it's a much bigger town, I guess, it gets more, you know, more choice of films. So, yes, we went to the cinema. So we watched a film called Fly Me to the Moon. I hadn't even seen a trailer for it or anything, and, yeah, it was with Scarlett Johansson and, oh gosh, what's his name? Channing Tatum. And, oh, it was such a good film. Really, really, really enjoyed it. And, yeah, really, really, really good film. And we said, oh, why don't they show films like that at our local cinema? Because our cinema is generally very empty. You know, I suspect will close down soon, you know, but no wonder, because they show no decent films. So it's kind of a catch-22, you know, they're not really busy, but then they're not showing films that are going to attract people either. So anyway, such a shame. But yeah, it was such a good film. So it was about the moon landing. I did Google it afterwards, or my son Googled it, because I said, do you think that was a true story? Anyway, we Googled it. Apparently, no, not a true story. So I must not be spreading rumours that this was based on a true story. But it was very, 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 very good film. So, yeah, if that comes to a cinema near you, it's called Fly Me to the Moon, and it's with Channing Tatum and Scarlett Johansson. And it was really a nice film, like really, really, really good. So, yeah, we really enjoyed it. And then after that, we went to this lovely restaurant. So we have a restaurant again over here. I'm assuming it's just over here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's everywhere, but it's called the Ivy. Now in Brighton, they've got an Ivy called the Ivy Asia. So, yep, my sons, it was their treat, and they took us there. So obviously it was, you know, my two sons and my daughter and myself. And, oh my goodness, I'd never been there before. Obviously I'd seen it. Oh, wow. It was such a lovely restaurant inside. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful restaurant. Like really, oh, just awesome. The decoration and the decor. So that was absolutely like lovely. And their food was absolutely delicious. So I had, we didn't have starters or anything like that. We just had obviously a main course each, and we just had a couple of things in the middle. So I had tofu for my main course, which was absolutely scrumptious. I think it was tofu with ginger and shallots or something. Oh, absolutely yummy. And then my daughter had something or other dumplings, pork and something dumplings, I think they were. And then both my sons had I think it's the massaman curry. I might be wrong with the name of the curry there. Anyway, they had a curry. And then in the middle of the dishes, we had just a portion of noodles and some tempura vegetables and a cucumber salad. And then some sushi. I personally don't eat sushi, but, everyone else kind of did. So, yeah, that was kind of the mix of food that we had. Oh my goodness, it was such scrumptious food. Absolutely delicious. So yeah, absolutely just lovely, lovely, lovely. And then we went to the toilet, my daughter and I, partly because everyone I knew who'd been there did say, oh, you must go to the toilets because they're absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, we went to the toilet. We did some photographs in the toilet and things because it was so pretty in there. And oh, we just had a really, really, really lovely time. So yeah, that was absolutely like a big treat yesterday, which was really, really lovely. And yeah, I mean, thank you so much to my sons. I mean, then obviously they don't watch my videos or anything like that, but yeah, had such a lovely time. And yeah, we got back sort of quite late. Well, I mean, late for me. It was, I don't know, perhaps 8 o'clock or something. I mean, not late by anyone else's standards, but that was quite late for me. And yeah, we just had a very, very, very nice time. So that was really, really, really good. Okay. Yeah, we do have an Ivy in our town. So I think it opened, might have been 2 years ago, actually. Quite a while ago now. I mean, it feels like it's new, but yeah, time flies, doesn't it? So I'm sure it was probably quite a while ago. I've just been in there one time, when it first opened. But, oh, it's, again, absolutely beautiful restaurant. But it's not an Asia. It's just an Ivy. But, yeah, it's very lovely in there. And, yeah, very nice food. But it's a kind of birthday type place or something. Because, obviously, it's very expensive. You wouldn't be going in there, like, all the time. Or I certainly wouldn't. So, yeah. But very lovely. Very, very lovely. Right. Oops. And it's nice to just go to a really beautiful restaurant, isn't it, sometimes? So, oh, well, I mean, it's nice just to go to restaurants, isn't it? Let's be honest, because it saves you kind of cooking or thinking about what to have to eat and all of those things. Right. Okay. So I'm going to do some mixing and matching of some of the papers here. So, I mean, for this one, it looks quite pretty like this, to be honest. So yeah, maybe we could, oh, no. Must be careful, I'm just putting my papers in the wrong way. So yeah, we could have it kind of like that. So you can just really mix these up. So I'm just going to stack my papers and then we'll kind of do the gluing. Not sure I've got one that goes with these. So these ones I'm going to have to just put in their, their normal, their normal format. Oh my goodness, come on. Like that, okay. And like I said, you can then squish them up, making your pockets really big and your pockets shorter, or you can obviously stretch them out, make your pockets, smaller. If your pockets ended up quite small, very small, you could just do them more like a belly band. So just glue on the sides and not the bottom. And then when you glue that onto the page, you'd have like the entire depth of the pocket to tuck your pieces in. So that's just a little bit of a, a tip there that you can kind of do to mix it up. So this one maybe could mix with this colour. So these are my food coloured papers. So in a, sort of amethyst colour. Okay. Oops. Do it this way around. And then here. Oops, like that. I mean, doesn't that look pretty? Obviously, this is well overhanging, so I'm going to have to trim that down. But, you know, looks lovely, doesn't it? And then, oh, let's do this one. Might put this with the pink. Like that. Okay. Oops. I keep on putting these in the wrong way round, you know, so my fold edges are the wrong way round. But yeah, I mean, doesn't that look so pretty? So definitely kind of play around, and you can mix them up then, you know, as you wish. Now, do we think this one with the green or the blue? Oh, it's lovely with the green, isn't it? Yeah, I didn't even need to try it with the others. Oh gosh, look. Come on. There we go. This way. That one's gorgeous. To be honest, I mean, I'm not normally a big yellow person, but that's my, yeah, one of my favourites, I think, so far. I was going to say my actual favourite, but maybe just one of my favourites. But yeah, definitely love it. Now, I mean, you could even mix in your patterns. So here, for example, could mix it in. Now, which one would we want on the top and which one on the bottom? So here, we could just have that one, and that one. So they're really fun to play around with, aren't they? Because you can just do a lot of very different, you know, different looks on just by mixing up your papers. So yeah, I think they're very, very fun to play with. And, you know, like all these things, I forgot really all about these pockets. And, you know, these mass making third lot of reruns, they're really great for doing like a refresher. Because I don't know about you, but over the time I do forget, you know, what it is we've made over the time. And so doing these is like really, you know, really nice to, oops, recap and refresh my memory. So, I mean, that's very pretty together, isn't it? Let's do this French blue. Oops. And then again, might mix this up with a blue food coloured paper. I just need to get rid of this where my printer's not quite printed borderless. Okay. Like that. I mean, doesn't that look gorgeous? So, you know, yeah, don't be afraid to mix and match your papers and things, because actually you can get some really stunning looks. I mean, I'm now wondering whether I could even be really brave and put the green in. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm quite that brave, but yeah, kind of could mix and match them like that. I mean, I could mix this maybe with the hydrangea papers. So I'm not sure whether this is going to go, but I'm doing mine all right-handed, you know, which is a bit boring. I should probably mix it up a little bit, but yeah, just going to be safe, play it safe and do it right-handed. Now, what I could do is cut this strip off. Just take that strip off like that. Okay. Like that, and then here, like that. I mean, how gorgeous does that look? Really, really, really lovely, isn't it? So, yeah, definitely, you know, play around and see what other looks that you can get. Let's do this one here. Oops. Like that. I mean, again, oops, just a different sort of look, isn't it? So, like that. Yeah, loving the mixing these up. I don't think I've probably been that experimental when I've made these in the past. So, you know, they're quite fun when you do mix them up. I mean, oh my goodness, how lovely is this one going to look? Oh, just wondering whether I could even... I mean, this is probably a bit random because suddenly you think, oh, well, where's that green come from? Unless we do a green... I mean, to be honest, we could... I'm so sorry about that endless pinging. Could do like a green there. I don't know whether that's quite the right colour green, if I'm truthful, but let's do maybe just that one. I mean, that looks very pretty, doesn't it? And then this one, for example, could just mix this up with, you know, a plain and a plain. Oops, oh gosh. A plain and a plain like that. So definitely, you know, you can get some really nice different kind of looks, can't you? Oh, I've got this from the Paris collection, which actually, I wonder whether I should have put that with the sheet music. So let's just see whether this will go. I mean, that's quite pretty, isn't it? It looks pretty. So yeah, all then we're going to do is obviously glue our pockets down. So I might put that pocket slightly higher like that. Okay, oops. Okie dokie. I'm just aware that the time's getting on, so I thought, well, I'd best stop layering mine up and actually put some, you know, put some together here, because otherwise I'm going to run out of time. And we won't have made many, so, oh dear, like that. Okay, and then this one, again, just glue this. Oh my goodness, my glue's all sort of seeping out. I'm going to have a bit of a glue problem in a moment, so yeah, like that. Yeah, so I've started packing my things ready to go, but yeah, I just need to kind of finish them off. And oh gosh, look at what I've done. I've glued these right over here. They need to obviously be glued. Oh no, that's fine. No, not that one. Yeah, they need to be glued here. Yeah, I started packing my things ready to, you know, to move out. But I need to kind of finish off. It's very difficult when the weather's so changeable, because obviously I'm having to kind of pack for, like, you know, because some days recently, you know, the week before last, it was literally up to, like, you know, 75, 80 degrees in the day. And now, of course, you know, it's freezing. I mean, like this weekend, 16 it was. So I need to pack for all weather conditions, which just makes it a bit more tricky, doesn't it? And obviously I haven't packed up my craft things because I was obviously still doing this video. So I needed to, you know, get this video done before I could pack up my craft bag. But yeah, I must not get bogged down with packing my craft bag now. I must actually do my cleaning first, because obviously packing up my craft bag is kind of more fun than cleaning. But yes, I must get my priorities straight and not pack up my craft bag first. Oh, look, I nearly glued this one the wrong way around. The fold was here. Oops. So yeah, you just need to be a bit careful that you don't end up putting yours the wrong way like I nearly did. Right, push that in. Yeah. So anyway, need to pack my craft stuff, but after the cleaning. So probably tonight. I'll probably pack my craft things tonight, and then obviously finish off the cleaning tomorrow. But you know, I will have already packed my craft bag, so yeah, let's put that on there, otherwise they were again the wrong way around. So like that. Now I'm trying to think if we've done anything else. To be honest, I don't really think that we have done anything else, because I've been quite busy all week, obviously trying to get ahead for next week, because obviously I'm not going to be in the house, you know, or this week, sorry. I'm not going to be in the house and won't be able to be working particularly. So yeah, I've been just trying to get ahead work-wise, and yeah, that's kind of been it really. My daughter did go to a school disco, so she dragged me off out to buy her an outfit for the school disco. That was Wednesday that I got dragged out for the, you know, buying the outfit, and then the school disco was Thursday. So yeah. Anyway, she had a lovely time. She bought a very trendy outfit, and I'm sure I've talked about this on another video, so I apologise now because you're going to probably hear this again a second time in a different video. But yeah, she was very pleased with her outfit. She bought some funky kind of trousers called parachute pants or parachute trousers, and a sort of, you know, cool vest top type thing. It just said NYC on it, and yeah, she looked very trendy, I have to say, very, very trendy. So, and yesterday when we went out for the day, she wore the vest again, but with her jeans, and then so she obviously really loves the vest. And then obviously we got changed, we just got changed in the car to go to the posh restaurant. So yeah, we'd taken our party dresses with us, and we just changed in the car to go to the restaurant. But yeah, I said to her, did she not want to get a party dress for the disco? No, she said no, that was not fashionable. So yeah, she got the, you know, what she deemed a more fashionable outfit, and I'm sure she's right, because hey, I would not know what was fashionable and what wasn't, let's be honest. So yeah, but she obviously loved it. I mean, it wasn't what I would have worn to go to a disco, but she looked good, and you know, hey, she liked it, so that was the main thing. Right, there we go. Okay, now I've no clue how long I've been filming for, so I'm kind of thinking probably should decorate one or two of these up now. So I will save these and glue these together in slow time. Obviously not probably today, because I'd best get on with the cleaning, but maybe I would take these in my craft bag and, you know, put them together whilst I'm out of the house. So yeah, we could decorate up this one that we've obviously just glued together. So I'm going to first of all cut it down here on the side, because of course it's not, you know, not looking too neat. So we'll just trim that down on the edge. Probably need to come in slightly more. Oh my goodness, now I'm really mucking this up. So I probably need to re-glue my edge now. Oh my goodness, not good. Oh, that is not good. Although now I've put that against that straight line, actually, it's not terrible. Yeah, better than I thought. So I might just trim the top down slightly, because perhaps that's a little bit too tall. There we go, that looks better, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. And then I'm going to just check that my pockets are still glued down, because I took quite a lot off of that edge. So I'm just going to go in and just pop a little dab more glue, just to make sure these pockets are, oh, that one was very well glued down. And then I'm just going to staple my pages here. So again, hold that up to the light so that I can just see slightly more to get into the pages. So, oops, that here, around about here. Oh dear. There, and one here. And then this one. Oops. I mean, like I say, you want to do kind of probably 3 staples. But if you're stitching, obviously, then you'd, you know, just do a straight stitch straight down the middle. Okay. Now, I don't know what closure we should do for this one, but I'm just going to round the corners here. Like I say, the rounding the corners, that's optional really, but it does look pretty, doesn't it? Oops. I mean, you could round the corners on that middle page as well. I probably won't, but you could do, you know, this page here. don't think I've ever done that, but yeah, you could definitely do that if you fancied it. Now for my closure for this one, I might use some sari silk actually. So I've just got some ivory sari silk behind me. So yeah, let's just pull this in. Oh my goodness, it's really frayed. I'm sorry about this. It's got threads everywhere. Okay. So yeah, if we tie this around here, oops. Oh my goodness, sorry. It's every time I kind of put anything anywhere, it's all the threads are coming out. Hang on, sorry. Right, there we go. Just do my bow up. So like that, and then just take that down. And then what I might do is just take the sari silk as a sort of bit of a continuity thing, and maybe just put some ruffled up. I was going to put it at the bottom, but to be honest, maybe, oh, I don't know now which pocket to put it on, or which page to put it on. I'm going to put it on here, so I'm going to just put my card underneath, just so that as I'm doing it, I don't get glue on the underneath page. So just a little bit of glue along here. Take my sari silk, and then just, yeah, ruffle that up here. Like that. Okay. Let's tuck that straight into the edge. Like that. Okay, trim that down. Oh my goodness, doesn't that look so pretty? Just that little bit of sari silk, it just really looks gorgeous, doesn't it? And then perhaps we'll just pop a butterfly or something on here. So okay, so these are just my light butterflies. I use these all the time, I've got to say. Yeah, really have been using them a lot. And these have been printed 2 to a page, so oops, like that. Okay, just ink that up. So maybe put the butterfly on the you know, not the purple section, but the photo section kind of thing, like that. Oh my goodness, how pretty does this look? So yeah, this is the hydrangea papers with the Paris papers, but don't they look super cute together? And then maybe a little label or something, you know, which will then also tie in that colour. So these are just from my labels. Okay. Like that. Oops, okay. And then just, yep, ink this up a bit. So, I mean, we could even have it in the middle, to be honest. Oh, we're in the middle, maybe there. On the edge. Oh, I don't know now. Quite like it in the middle, actually. It's quite cute, isn't it? So, yeah, let's just pop that down in the middle. And again, I'm just using my hot glue just because I'm doing a video. It's just, you know, very quick and easy. Complete, you know, overkill. Don't need to use hot glue, obviously, to just glue down a paper item like that. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of ensure that it was glued very quickly. And then I'm just going to run some hot glue here, just gluing my sari silk down on the back, just so that that's, you know, properly glued down. So that's how that would look. Now I'm just going to pull in a journal, if I've got one on the go somewhere. Oh, I have got one that I've just started doing. Oh, have I got any plain pages? No, of course I haven't. Well, that would be way too easy, wouldn't it? Right, let me pull in this one. Obviously this is not going to go because this is like yellows and greens, but let's just go to a coffee dyed page. There we go. So that's how that would look on a page. And like I say, you'd glue it on, or I would glue it on 3 sides like that. And then what you'd have is obviously a side loading pocket. And then when you open your closure, you would have one side for journaling here. You'd have another side for journaling here. And then another side for journaling here. And then you've also got, oops, let's just show you here. You've got then 1, 2 pockets in there as well. So it's a very roomy pocket, isn't it? And I think, you know, got a lot of kind of versatility to, you know, to do different things. I mean, like I said, very different looks that can be just created by using, you know, different papers and mixing them up and, you know, all of those kinds of things, which just that in itself, you know, makes them quite a, you know, a versatile pocket, doesn't it? Because you could really mix and match them with what you're making. You could obviously mass make a bunch of these in a ton of different colours, and you know, you'd always have one then to be able to pull it into a journal. So yeah, I really like them, and to be honest, I had kind of forgotten about them, and like I said, I'd sort of run out of my supplies, so this was a really good mass make for me, being able to just replenish my stocks. So how many did we actually get done? Well, not that great, because obviously I've got loads left to glue. Which, what have I done with those now? Right, I have glued these ones, so I've got 4, 5, 6, 7 there, and then all the ones that I didn't glue I've put up here. So yeah, so I've got 7 that I've actually done, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 left to actually glue down. So yeah, pretty productive hour there. So we've, you know, got a total of kind of 15 definitely on their way anyway. So yeah, really hope that you like them. I really hope that you feel, you know, inspired to make some of these. And yeah, I'd really appreciate it if you could give this video a big thumbs up. Wish me luck for the clean. So yeah, think of me doing now my cleaning for the next 48 hours. And yep, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much then. Bye.